JTS students. Um, this is the first time I've ever done anything like this, so you will forgive me if I am not super good at it. Also, the audio is a little bit out of sync for me, and it's playing like directly in my ears, so I'm trying to ignore that. Anyways, in order to help continue your learning while we are away from schools, um, I thought it would be a really good idea to start a YouTube channel. Um, so, one of the things that I wanted to do was read books and supply you with questions that would help get your mind kind of thinking. Even though we're not in the classroom, we can still be doing some of these deep learning opportunities. So I'm hoping that I can upload these and provide you with some learning and introduce you to some fun books, and so you can see my face, and hopefully I will get to see some of your awesome work. Um, so the first book that I'm going to be uploading, and again, please excuse me, this is the first time I've ever done anything like this, and hopefully it will get better as we go along. So the book I'm reading today is called Give Bees a Chance. All right. And before I even get started on this, I actually want you guys to take a moment. If you will pause this video, I want you to write down what you know about bees. All right. I want you to tell me, do you think that bees are good, or do you think that bees are bad? And while you're writing, tell me, why do you think that? If you think that bees are good, tell me, why do you think they're good? And if you think they're bad, tell me, why do you think they're bad? All right? And then we'll come back at the end of the book and we'll kind of compare how you thought at the beginning and if you still think that at the end. All right? Okay. So now that you've done that, hopefully, I'm going to go ahead and read the book. All right? I will read it first and then show you the pictures. All right? And in this book, it shows a lot of different types of bees. I'm not going to read them all, but if you're interested, then I can send pictures to your parents or guardians, and hopefully you can see them there. All right, give bees a chance. This is my best buddy, Edgar. We love all the same things, like board games and dinosaurs, strawberries, and honey. And of course, bees. Except that I don't really like bees. Sure you do. Didn't I tell you there are about 25,000 different kinds of bees to love? And this is Edgar in the corner going, oh, maybe. So here's just a couple of the different types of bees. And then I told you all about the 3 types of honeybees. Queens, large, fertile female. Their job is to make all of the baby bees. There's only 1 per hive. Drones, they're large males with no stinger. Their job is to find a queen to mate with. There's about 300 to 500 per hive. And workers, they're small, sterile females with stingers. Their job is everything else. They gather nectar, pollen, and water. They make honey, feed baby bees, which are called larvae. They build and protect the hive, make royal jelly to feed the queen, and more. There's about 30,000 to 80,000 per hive. And it says in red over here, blow gently on bees to make them scatter. And Edgar screaming, ah, get them away from me! Whew, thanks. Like I was saying, I don't like bees. Why? Mostly because of their stingers and attached venom sacs, which are the cause of painful bee stings. That part you told me last week. Last Sunday, Edgar, brave tears, super mean bee, the ouch, and the stinger. But that was just one bee. Couldn't you still give bees a chance? Maybe I just need to remind you how weird and cool a honeybee's anatomy is. So listen up. They have 5 eyes, 3 tiny simple ones. They're called ocelli. 2 large compound eyes with thousands of lenses. They have 2 stomachs, all right? A honey stomach or crop for turning nectar into honey. And then they have a bee stomach for digesting nectar. They have 4 wings, which lock together for flying, then come apart for storage. And they have 6 legs, complete with a pollen basket, an area on the hind legs that can store almost 1,000,000 grains of pollen. And then, of course, they have the stinger. Ouch! Maybe you just need some time to get to know them. How about millions of years? You know, bees lived with dinosaurs. Scientists have found bee fossils from millions of years ago. And even ancient Egyptians kept bees. They had hieroglyphic symbols for bees. Remember, we talked about hieroglyphics in class. In fact, honey from bees was found in Egyptian tombs, and it was still edible. Ooh, honey. Perfect. Maybe you just need some honey. Bees make honey. Why are you telling me all this stuff? So you'll give bees a chance. Once you learn how great they are, you're bound to fall in love with them. Check out how honey is made. I'm going to show you this before I read it. It's like a little chart showing all the steps for how honey is made. It says a bee gathers nectar from flowers. Nectar goes into a special honey stomach called a crop. Contents of the crop are spit up into a new bee's mouth. Ugh. The new bee breaks down the sugars of the nectar within her own crop. This processed nectar is passed along to several more bees, who each break down the nectar in their crops until it becomes honey. Then the honey gets barfed into a honeycomb cell. Ooh. And fanned by the wings of bees to evaporate moisture. Lastly, it's sealed with beeswax to keep it safe until it's eaten. And then Edgar over here in the corner is saying, did he say barf? Or did you say barf? And yes, they did say barf. Gross. Just 1 pound of honey takes 2 million flowers and thousands of bees to create. Too many bees! And then remember, on the side it says, blow gently on bees to make them scatter. It looks like I haven't convinced you just yet. Nope, because they're all gonna sting me. Oh, well, bees do sting sometimes, but not because they're mean. Here's a little stinger story. Alright, I'm going to show it to you as I read it. Alright, it says, bees only sting to defend themselves. Alright, you look delicious. Back off. Down here. Or to avoid getting squished or smashed. In fact, many bees lose their stinger after attacking. So they can only sting once and then their stinger's gone. Which is sort of like your hand disappearing if you pinch your sister. Yikes, that would be really bad, huh? Alright. Also, wait, what are you wearing? Bee armor. That's not gonna work. It was designed for dragons.